Okay, well, let's go on. We're going to be doing our next drawing. We've got, as you can see, we've got our floor plan all done, and we've got our windows placed in. Now, I just gave a couple of different size windows. I didn't give them all. I'm going to do a video on how to draw each type of these windows separately so you don't have to go through all of them to find it. But now, what we're going to do next is our elevations. And our elevations are just like we did the second 9 weeks when we did our orthographics. If this was the top view, we'd have the front or the side, things like that. We're going to do 4 different sides here. Now, at the point when you're ready and you've got everything all finished and it's all looking good, what you're going to do is you're going to get rid of things you don't need. All of these up here we no longer need. So I'm going to go ahead and take those and erase these out. That's fine. The next thing I'm going to do is we're going to definitely do some lines. Okay, I'm going to put myself in the red layer because that's our no print layer. And let's just start some things out here. People always ask me, well, how far away should I be drawing something? Well, I'm just going to give you a rough estimate. I'm going to start by doing the outside of the cement wall right here and make sure you have your ortho on. And let's drop it down 20 feet. Okay? It's not that far away, but it'll work. So we have that right there, and that's about 20 feet down. What we're going to do is we're going to project these other lines. But I want to give you the idea of what these lines we're going to go to. So I'm going to come here. I'm just going to drag a line out past it. Okay? Now this line here, it represents the dirt. Okay? Plain, old, simple, dirt, dirt, dirt. This is where the dirt is, and this is where we're going to pour our foundation for the cement. So what I'm going to do here is, and you don't have to do this, please. This part here is, I'm just so you know what this piece is. Okay? So let's just write this up, and let's do this thing in foot and lettering. And let's go in here and just call dirt. Okay? So that's the dirt. Oops, got to scale this up so you guys can see this. Okay. Down below here, this is where all our dirt is. Okay? So then we're going to come in and we're going to pour cement. We're going to have our foundation. Now, I'm not going to go into footers with you because you're only drafting one and we're trying to get this done in a 9 weeks project. So footers we will go into more in the second level, but underneath there is what's called a footer. And with that footer, we'll go into detail later. Okay, now the actual cement thickness is going to be 8 inches. So we're going to go from here up. There's 8 inches. Now this area right here, let's go ahead and fix this up a little bit. Right here is, this one here is going to be the top of cement. Okay? Now, it has in the cement area here, it has rebarb, which is that heavy wire mesh that's going through there, and it's to hold all of the cement in place. And down below, they're going to put our plumbing in. But this is the thickness of our actual cement. So that's our slab down there. The next thing we're going to do is offset. Our little cottages we're going to do is only going to have an 8-foot tall wall. It's so small. If you made it taller, it would look crazy. So I'm going to use the top of the cement, and I'm going to come up here. Now, this one here is going to be the top of our wall. And you don't have to write all this stuff down, but you do need to know what these things are. Okay? Let's get up here. Top of wall. Now, let's come and jump on there real quick here with dimensions. Hate to turn all those on right now, but we do need these. And let's come over here. From here to here is 8 inches. And then from here to here is 8 foot. Okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do an offset. And we're going to do just a simple 7 foot. We're going to take it from the top of the cement and come up. Let's copy what this one means. This one here is going to be the top of the windows and doors. Okay, remember we talked about that. The windows always start from the top and go down. And that dimension there is 7 foot. So we have that there. Okay, now the next dimension I want you to do, let's do an offset, and I'm going to go 18 inches, which is 1.5 feet. I'm going to come from here and go up. And let's dimension this one right here. Here and go up. It's 1.6 feet. You know what? I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way too, so we can see a little bit better. Let's bring the 8 foot out, 7 foot out, 1.6 feet, and let's get this 8-inch guy down here. Okay, so that's what we have. Now, what is this one going to be? Let's copy and I'll show you. That line is going to be the bottom. This could be the bottom of the lowest window. That means you can't have any window below there, okay? That is 18 inch, and that's actually code around here. So bottom of the lowest window. We're not going lower than there, okay? Now, I'm going to do one more, and this one is just for a reference for you, okay? 3 foot 6 inches. I'm going to take from here. Notice I'm always going from the top of the cement, okay? This one here, let's put it here. This is the bottom of the window above a sink, like a kitchen sink. You got to remember, you can't, if you make things anything go smaller than that, you're going to be looking in the back side. Let's just make this guy over here. Okay, so that's 3 foot 6. Now that I've given you all these little information, this is just something you have to remember. Okay, this is just a guide. Okay, so I would drop down 20 feet and draw a line. I'd offset up 8 inches. And then from there, I'd offset all these different ones so you know what is going on. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Now, the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and freeze off these dimensions. Put myself back to the 0 and freeze off these dimensions here. And the next thing I'm going to do is we have to have that on each of these sides. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I have a rectangular space, so I'm going to kind of guesstimate where the middle is. If I like, I can go from corner of my rectangle to corner, like so. And I am just going to go ahead and do a simple polar array. I'm going to select all my lines, and I'm going to pick the dead center here, and I want to have 4. Now make sure that associative is turned off, and we're going to have 4, and there we go. Now at this point, I can get rid of this. That doesn't matter anymore to me. These are just your information. So what you're going to do, and let's do one thing real quick and turn something on to make yourself a little easier. See this view? Remember, always turn off the view cube. View cube challenged. I'm going to put that on because I'm going to show you what we're going to use that for next. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to simply start using this line here, and we are going to copy. We're going to take it from here, and we're going to put it to the other end here. Now, that's going to show us how long the actual wall of the house is. But watch what else I'm going to do next. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to put it to the edge of the window, right there, not the edge right here right now, right here. This is a double window. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go here. Check this out. Here's my door. Here, here. Window, window, window. Now, it's probably starting to look confusing, okay? Well, let's go move some things around. Well, the first thing I want to do that I really want to move around is going to be this line here and this line here. These two are the edge of our house. Those are actually in our walls, okay? See this one at the bottom and this one here? That's both cement. That's the thickness and that's the top. So that's also cement. So let's move that to the wall layer, okay? Now hopefully you're going to start seeing this real soon, how it starts to pick up, okay? Now let's do a trim. And I can hit my space bar on this. And I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. Okay? Now, there's my outside wall, completely inset. If you want, you can even come in here and take away these guys in here because these are not necessary. Don't want to confuse you. Now remember what all these different things are. So now I have that. My next thing I want to work on is my front door. There's my front door. See my shape of my door? I'm going to take a line and I'm going to go from here to here to here and down. Did you notice? I go all the way to this because this is the top of the cement. I'm not going below it. So there is my door. If I turn on my thickness, you should be able to see it a little bit better. So there's what the front of my house looks like with my door. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to start on these windows. And I'm going to pull out, this is the double hung window, and I'm going to look at that list that I had. These windows here were 2 3-foot windows. Or actually, I think they're actually 2-foot windows. Yep, that was a 2-foot window. I've got 2 2-foot windows. So I'm going to look at that actual size, and my 2-foot window, I'm going to go ahead and make this a 4'6" tall window. All right, going to do the 4'6". So what I'm going to do here is where my window is here, I am going to go offset 4'6". I did that because I looked at that paper and that's how tall it said it could be. I had other choices, but I'm choosing that. Now here's something too before I even go to that. Do I have any kind of kitchen sink here? I don't have one there and I don't have one here. So the whole reason for this right here, it was because that was for a kitchen sink. So I can get rid of that one here. And as long as my 4-foot window doesn't go below this line, I'm fine. So I'm going to go offset 4 feet dash 6. So if I take this and come down here, so that's my new line. I don't need this right now on this side. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to come in here in this wall layer here, and I'm just going to make, just so you can see it, I'm going to just make a rectangle to start so you can see where that would be my window. And yes, there would be a line going down in the middle, but it's going to be in my window layer. Okay? Over here, this is my living room. Let's see